Welcome back, and moving on to our second segment for today. Well, on the 6th of January 2025, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi attended the Coptic Christmas celebrations at the Cathedral of the Nativity of Christ in Egypt's new administrative capital. And of course, as usual, every year the President is attending and delivering some few words to the Egyptian citizens, all in general, and the impact of his speech or few words usually has a great impact on Egyptians in general, showing solidarity among the nation. So over the phone we have Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Political Science. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Doctor. So first of all, can we shed the light on the significance and the motivation actually that we've got from the few words delivered by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi at the Cathedral?
Yes, that was a very good, fantastic theme for unity and for showing how we care about each other. And I think that is very, this is very repetitive. The President did that very some time ago as a habit became, people wait for that to have such kind of good collective spirit and good identification ground and showing love, tolerance, and unity.
So if we're talking about the message that was delivered, well, definitely there is a clear message that was delivered not only to Egyptians, but to the whole world. Can we shed the light on this in more details?
Yes, you know, Egypt is characterized by the unity of its people, especially when it comes to the unique relationship between Muslims and Christians in Egypt. Egypt is a mosaic culture, is a multicultural hub, and you know, even the long history shows this from the Pharaonic, the Coptic, and the Islamic era that we have gone through. So I think that that was a very good thing to confirm all the time, and I think that that speech in particular reflected very good feeling for all Egyptians, and it shows where Egypt stands when it comes to multiculturalism, tolerance, and having the attitude of spreading love, tolerance, and unity, not only for Egyptians but for the international community at large.
We are going to focus on the role played by the Egyptian leadership when it comes to the climate of tolerance and coexistence between religions. Definitely it played a crucial role.
Yes, you know, Egypt's history tells a lot about that. You know, Christ and Mother Mary came here in Egypt. Many prophets were here in Egypt, and I think that if you go to many historical and touristic sites, you can recognize this fact. So I think that Egypt reflects a unique history and a unique present, and inshallah a unique future, because the world needs this kind of cementing relations among the people of different religious affiliations, and I think that Egypt is striking a very good model for that.
When we talk about symbolic visits and speeches actually delivered by political leaders to religious institutions in achieving national cohesion, how do you see this? How important it is, and what is the impact of these speeches, and always being keen among to attend among such important occasions, giving some speeches and talking to Egyptians in general?
Yes, it is very important. Actually, Egypt went for what we call it renewal of religious discourse, and I think that we are not renewing it, we are confirming it, confirming the excellent relationship. Egypt is a hub for tolerance. Egypt even is hosting people from different countries not only as tourists, but also a big number of refugees from different religious affiliations. And I think that Egypt is really providing an example of tolerance and cross-cultural communication in a unique way.
Well, also, when you talk about the president's speech and the effect on the outside world in general, to the international community, especially when it comes to the repercussions or the impressions when you talk about media reactions to the speech. Of course, I'm not only talking about local media, I'm talking about it on the international level.
Yeah, yes, I think that was welcomed. Many Western and many media outlets in the world really commended what happened and covered it in a very good spirit. And I think that one of the most important things is that in a world where there are a lot of disputes, a message like that comes out just to enlighten dark areas all over the world. The world is full of zero-sum mentalities, and Egypt is exerting a great deal of effort to exhaust all possible avenues for peaceful coexistence and for spreading the word of God, which means the word of tolerance, the word of love.
Did the speech touch on any enhancing, actually, the sense of security and belonging?
Yes, of course, because the president wanted to say that we have to be one, we have to be united, we have to keep this good identification ground that Egypt is famous for. So I think that was an important message in a time where some other factions, some other people like very much to spread sedition through media and through negative actions. So I think that that speech was very containing to such a situation, in the right direction to keep Egyptians united, and also to tell the whole world that we are supporting each other, we are supporting the leadership of the people. And you know the scene in the cathedral where you can find people so happy, and the president insisted to go through the corridors to have pictures and selfie with them. That was a very happy moment for every Egyptian, not only for Christians. Of course, that spread a very nice wave of hope, of love, and for unity.
Well, actually, President al-Sisi has always been keen on, whenever there is a chance to talk to Egyptians and to include them in anything that is taking place, to talk to them, just to be part of any changes or challenges we are facing, always taking this as one of the most important points. And definitely this has a great impact on Egyptians in general, especially the way that the president is addressing Egyptians, that giving them the chance also that they are supporting, they understand exactly what is going on, and they are giving much support or strong support to the Egyptian leadership throughout all the conflicts and challenges taking place in the region.
Yes, you know, Egyptians are very aware that there are fires around them, that there are seditions being launched against them. So I think the speech was an occasion where Egyptians reflected their unity with the leadership, and it tells the entire world that Egypt is a strong country, and that was reflected in the words of the president when he reiterated that in one way or another in his speech during that visit.
If we are talking about the civil society, do you think there is a role to be played just to activate, to continue on this message and to work more on bringing the society together?
Yes, of course, the civil society is extremely important. And when it comes to political science, you know, the meaning of a civil society is to reconcile between the government and the people and intervene in a positive way to keep the harmony and conciliation between the two entities. That is the story of the civil society when it comes to political science definition. But when it comes to Egypt, yes, Egypt is very old, has an old history of civil society movement, and the names are too many to count here or to remember. The civil society is needed to play its role, and I think this is very enhancing role and enhanced role by the government now.
So what steps should be taken just to continue or to activate the messages that were contained in the speech delivered by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi?
Yes, I think that Egyptians should go and continue keeping their good features as a people from a very long history of the country. And I think that cementing the relations between Egyptians and each other among Muslims and whoever lives with us, I think that this is a habit and this is a feature characterizing Egyptian history. And I think that every Egyptian should keep working on enhancing this very humanistic feature. And I'm so happy when I hear tourists, I hear historians, I hear people from all over the world who really come here to Egypt to feed this spirit of the Egyptian people. So I think that the speech was an occasion to enhance that existing feature because it is a very dear one. It's an excellent feature and it's a very humanistic, and the whole world should care also about spreading that kind of feature.
Right, Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Political Science, thank you very much for joining us. Moving on to a short break, then we'll be back.